meet you in person.
Dax, great to meet you.
Yes.
I hope you know you've influenced me. I'm in my Jenny Kane because
You
you.
look
we're
so
on, right?
cute. Hello.
Hi, good to see you.
Thank you so
Did
much
you guys
for
get
having us.
Yeah.
eyes on the burger?
Yes, of course. That's what I'm sitting.
You
right
already
now.
spotted it?
Good.
Well, we have some gifts for you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Most notably,
Don't know that we deserve them, but we'll receive them.
I'll
There you
take
go.
it.
our
Ooh.
chef at the Santa,
Oh!
Santa Monica Emmy
Put on your
Squared.
cereal. Put on everything.
Oh.
Made these for you guys.
Oh,
My
this
God,
is
amazing.
So-
First of all, I just love these little sweet squeeze bottles.
Yeah,
and I
yours-
want to know where to purchase one.
Yeah, so now you have one, you can reuse it. This is so yummy.
Yeah, so enjoy.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's like the mustard squirter at a Coney dog.
It
place,
is.
you know?
It is, or like a Fuddruckers.
And so
Sure.
it's like extra meta. You have the sauce
Yeah, I
behind
like that.
you, and then
This is
sausage.
Exactly. Exactly. How
Can I give you
fun.
the rest of our gifts? We kind
Oh my
of
God,
decided
yes.
to. We're
Yes,
so
yes.
honored to be here.
What? We're
Matt's,
so happy
Yeah.
to
or
have you.
his wife is a chocolatier.
Ooh.
wow.
Those are for
So
you.
she made special bonbons for you guys.
And my new book is coming out this season, and so
great.
I wanted to
Cute.
give one of those to each of you.
Are you coming from Santa Fe and you're coming from Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys visit here often or not?
occasionally.
Yeah, we
I
love
to
LA is like
visit.
one of my favorite cities.
Yeah.
It is.
And just like growing up in New York, it's so different. And like we both grew up in New York City, so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
coming to LA is like such a nice treat. It's like a big, beautiful town with the best weather ever and
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
food, and it's just like it's so much fun being here.
And how often do you guys go visit these different locations? Let's start with how many Emily or Emmy or all the different iterations restaurants are there right now?
So we still co-own and operate the original Emily in
Clinton
Clinton Hill.
Clinton Hill.
Yeah, that's
Our
why you got
first
the
one.
VIP
The
reservation.
our first.
Yeah, that
that
was
was
the-
the
is it the
started
best
it
one?
all.
That was our intro.
What are there now? 21?
No, I think it's more like 30.
30?
30!
Emmy Squareds, not Emily's, but
They're all, the franchise is called Emmy Square.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. Or is that
Emily's the
inaccurate to
original.
say that
But the
it's-
West in the West Village is a weird
Mishmash.
hybrid.
It's a hybrid, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's like so the burger's a little different. We use the same sauce, but it's a double patty, like you guys know. And then, but yeah, Clinton Hill is definitely the original.
Yeah.
The burger at the West Village seems to me like it's evolved closer to Clinton Hill over the years. Is that at all true? Like, there's more soupy onions now on the West Village one, which is what I like so
That's a
much
good
about
thing.
Clinton Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think originally when I went there they had the soupy onion.
Well, we probably put a little bit less on, you know,
Okay.
and it has evolved. I mean, we opened 2017, so it's almost 10 years we opened that one. So
Right.
like your
Yeah.
menu changes happen, and you know, chefs come and go and things like that. But we were pretty hands off with that one more recently.
Yeah.
Because the bigger company owns that one specifically.
So Matt
Yeah.
is still, or Matt has come back in to do some corporate chefing, but I'm a silent
Yeah.
partner in the Emmy Squared group. So I just
it.
basically run the show over at the original from
Afar.
Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Fortunately, our chef and our manager are very reliable.
Yeah.
But I read you
nice.
you still have to check in all the time with this bigger business that you guys are silent partners in.
Oh, yeah.
You get updated and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And since they asked me to come back to sort of consult,
Oh, okay.
where I'm going to go back, our corporate chef and I will retrain like some of the other chefs and like come with some new menu items. We're opening one in Greenwich, where I grew up, which is very strange.
Oh yeah, Connecticut.
Yeah, like right on Greenwich Avenue, which is like a strange place
Right
to
down
go.
from where you grew up,
Yeah,
literally.
and it took
Yeah.
over a restaurant that like I went to growing up and everything like that. So it's kind of cool. But
Yeah.
so we'll launch a new menu there, and then that'll like roll into the other like 30 locations.
So that'd be like kind of a test kitchen where you
Exactly, yeah.
R&D stuff.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'll be living in my mom's basement at that point. So
Okay,
that'll be a treat,
great.
won't it? Yeah,
Really full circle.
yeah, exactly.
Which was the plan if the restaurant failed
Yeah,
in
this
the
is the plan.
beginning.
Go to her.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that backup
It
basement, to be
is.
honest. You
It
know.
is.
It's full of crickets. It's great.
Wish you guys would open one on the east side of LA.
Ah.
Santa Monica, I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's another
like us
state.
going to Brooklyn.
Duly noted.
What I didn't know that Emily pointed out was there's one downtown.
In the, what is it? LA Nation Live?
What?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
There's one downtown now.
Yeah.
How long has that been online?
a few years.
No, no,
no,
a few
no one
months.
told us.
Yeah, because when we
Okay.
ordered in the
months.
past, they will deliver. I don't know why.
Okay.
They'll deliver from Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's still good, but it takes a beating
Yeah,
in the
when it's
hour and a half
drive
car
over.
ride.
Cold, yeah.
Yeah.
Little
You got to
congealed.
really be a diehard Emily burger.
Exactly. I'd like one on Hillhurst. I'm going to be
Okay.
very
Yeah.
specific.
I'd like one in
okay?
Franklin
The powers
and
that
Hobart.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, listen up.
The top floor's empty, right?
Yeah, there is a building there that could use some cute stuff.
He'll relay it.
Yeah, really.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, HP, for supporting this episode. Their HP Smart Tank printer is the last printer you'll ever need. Oh, here we go, Monica. With a refillable ink tank and up to 3 years of ink included, so you get thousands of pages of cartridge-free printing. Hallelujah. To learn more, search for HP Smart Tank.
We'll start with you, Emily. You're from New Jersey, yeah?
I am Jersey girl.
And what did your parents do?
They were teachers. My mom was a teacher of graduate students for the visually impaired. So
Oh,
she was a
okay.
sighted person who could actually read and write in Braille, which was pretty
Oh,
cool.
wow.
That's really cool, actually.
How
Yeah.
did she stumble into that? That feels very niche.
She did her doctorate at Columbia in special education.
Okay.
And I think just really felt called. I don't actually know like the why of that, but she felt very called towards that population.
Yeah.
And my dad, he founded a charter school in northern New Jersey and was the principal of that school.
Did you attend that school?
I did not attend that school, thankfully.
Okay.
Did they meet at Columbia? Or
They met
before
at
that?
Columbia, yeah.
okay.
So,
wow.
yeah.
And then your parents, you started in Brooklyn but ended up in Greenwich, right?
Yeah, so I was born in New York City. Everyone's born at NYU, I guess, in the 80s.
Yeah.
So then I was in Brooklyn until I was like 9, and then my dad grew up in Greenwich, so we moved back up there because he was like sick of living in New York City, and my mother grew up in deep Brooklyn, and we lived like 10 blocks from where she grew up. Like she traveled obviously, but never left Brooklyn to
Yeah.
live. So
And what did they do?
they were both transportation analysts at Standard & Poor's. That's where they met.
Okay, again, this is very fucking niche. Your mom reads
Yeah,
Braille
very
and they're
niche.
transportation.
Yeah. Like they specialized in airlines and trains. So my father would go up and be like, "This is why we should not give them this kind of like rating, like a AAA or AA credit rating." And my mom would go up and be like, "No, this is why we should." So they were like, they were like adversaries.
Yeah. But they both worked at Standards and Poor's?
Yeah, Standard & Poor's, S&P.
And they rank stuff and they say what the quality of their debt is and stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I didn't follow in that path.
Yeah, right. So you guys meet in Rhode Island at what school?
Roger Williams.
Roger
I was
Williams.
Matt's RA.
Oh, you are?
So I used to key into his room and steal his candy.
You were like 2 years younger than me.
I was 18.
So
I was
18, yeah, 18.
yeah.
I was like 20, I think.
Nobody listened to me on the floor. I was an RA for one semester after that. It was,
Okay, you were an RA, so you were a good student.
I
You were
was.
like a type A.
Yep, still
Okay,
am.
Yeah.
Still true.
Yep.
And like she mentioned, I had a drawer full of candy. That was the kind of student I was.
And you were a computer science major?
Computer science, yeah.
Okay, all this is hilarious where you end up. And then you were doing writing and sociology?
Oh, yeah. Creative writing.
Creative
Yeah.
writing and sociology. And when did you first meet? Literally, were you in his dorm room?
We
Maybe
met.
it was like the second week of sophomore year.
Yeah.
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 Think.
And
Right
we
after
ate
9 that was right
pizza.
after 9/11, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
We ate pizza together.
Oh.
On the dorm room floor.
Oh yeah, so we had three straight pizzas.
Yeah. 3 straight pizza
Yeah.
meals. So, and then
That's
it was
right.
pretty quick. We got
Pepperoni
very
and olive
serious.
oil? No.
Yeah, pepperoni and olives is my. That's my.
Okay, olives.
that's-
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are good.
That
man.
is good.
That's a deep cut right there. How'd you get that?
What's yours? Or do you know hers?
Well, no, I know what they ate on
That
their
was our
first day.
first. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Were you there?
It was
Man, that's
pepperoni
incredible.
and olives.
That's really.
Amazing.
That's not hard to find. Okay,
Oh, you're right.
so you guys graduate in 2004? Mm-hmm. And do you already know by the time you graduate you are not going to pursue sociology and you are not going to pursue computer science?
Yeah, I was going to drop out junior year and go to culinary school, and then like my mother and Emily convinced me just why not finish?
See it through.
Yeah.
You're already there like junior year. Why would you drop out now?
Yeah.
And that's obviously in retrospect, a
So
great
I
idea.
yeah. I majored in creative writing actually. So I wound up applying and getting into graduate school at Brooklyn College for my MFA in poetry.
Okay.
And then Matt got into culinary school at the Institute of Culinary Education. So we came to the city.
Which is unfortunately known as ICE.
Yes.
It is unfortunate.
Yeah.
They have a
Reading an
campus here in
interview.
Pasadena now, and like they're like, we got to change her.
That might need a rebrand.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm going to read this interview with you for ICE.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, they need a different acronym. Or just drop the acronym. Okay, so yeah, you guys are together 2001, you graduate 2004, and then for the next 3 years between '04 and '07, you're getting your master's and you're going to ICE to be an agent and throw people in.
In cages.
How long, what's the culinary,
right now.
what does a culinary program entail? I have no clue.
So it's actually, the one I went to was only 6 months. It was just more of like, here's your basic skills, and just throw you into the wild and kind of get like wrecked in a New York City kitchen. So so like, I learned all, like I was passionate about cooking and food, but I had no like technical skills. So I went there, I learned everything, like even like how to heat up the pan correctly to put the oil into this. So they really start from the basic.
How does one heat up a pan correctly? You don't just throw it on the fucking burner?
No, you do.
Oh, okay.
But like, it's like how hot you want it before you put your oil in.
Okay, I got you.
There's nuances.
I was like, we're not raising slowly the temperature, are we?
You really got to let it like turn.
You want to dedicate a good 45 to an hour to get that done.
So, yeah.
Or you want that
All
oil
on.
to shimmer.
Shimmer?
You need that
Shimmer.
oil to
Yeah, you need
shimmer.
oil shimmer.
I
She
know
knows.
about that. I
Okay.
know
She
a little
knows.
bit. Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
How to clean cast irons, it's always important.
Is there longer programs in
There
6
are.
months? Okay.
Yeah,
People can go for years, no?
Yeah, if you want to go to like CIA upstate New York, that's another good name.
CIA.
Exactly. Why are they all like this?
ICIA. Homeland Security is a great program.
They specialize in omelets.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go like 4 years, like it's actual college. You
Yeah.
can go like 2 years. But I picked the 6 month one because I kind of just wanted to get into the restaurants.
Yeah.
And then while I was in culinary school, I did like staging for a few nights at different places too. And
What's staging?
it's like you go and work for free for a night to see how a kitchen operates, because every kitchen operates so differently with a different chef and different ways to prep things and cook
Yeah.
things. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, how do they do it, right? How does a giant restaurant do it? How does a tiny restaurant do it? And you kind of go for a night and just watch your service, and they'll give you some like onions to chop while you're doing it.
And then how does this interest lead you ultimately to pizza? That's where it kind of, that's where your obsession lands you, right?
Yeah, so I was kind of getting burned out of like just regular cooking, and I took like a year off, and then Emily you were going to school for being a principal, right?
I was
that
in
that
yoga
time?
school at that
Oh, you were in
point.
yoga school, that's
Yeah.
right. And then this pizza place, Sotto Casa, which is still there. It's on Atlantic Avenue in Smith.
In Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, yeah.
Yeah.
I walk in, like they were just like opening that week. I walk in, I was like, I don't know how to make pizza, but like I've always wanted to, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I had experience helping open restaurants and like, pizza guys like really aren't chefs. So like I could like kind of come in there and help, like just be like, this is a better chefy thing to do than how you just make pizza.
Yeah.
So, and then Luca is like my pizza mentor.
He said he taught you the why of pizza?
Yeah.
What is the why of
Yeah.
pizza?
It's like the simplicity of it, right? It's just making the original form of pizza, like the Neapolitan pizza, was great because every pizza is a replica of that pizza, and then like there's a replica, and then a replica, and then all of a sudden you have like a Detroit pie or something that's like doesn't even look like the original.
Right.
It's like, why is the original, and like how did these like clones come out of it, basically?
Yeah. And why was the original? What were the Italians were trying to accomplish what?
It's basically like peasant food. So the guys would get off the boats, they'd get like a round red pie, they'd put their fish on it and kind of roll it up like a burrito.
Okay.
And eat it like street food.
Right.
That's why marinara is called marinara sauce. It's like the seafood red sauce.
Oh,
Oh, like marine marinara?
that's interesting.
Yeah.
You would hate fish pizza.
I wouldn't fuck with it. No.
Well,
Maybe
anchovy.
there.
What? No,
Anchovies?
don't. It's not a fish.
He's scared of fish.
Yeah, I can't get down with fish.
But I remember the day he came home from like one of the early days at Sotto Casa, and it really did feel like he put his hands on that dough, and he was like, "This is what
This is
I
what
want to
I
do."
wanna do.
And we had this kind of fantasy of like one day we'll open a restaurant, and the conditions in our life were so that we were like, "Let's do this now.
Wow.
Let's jump in, and what's the worst that happens?" And
Yeah.
now we're sitting here with you.
Let's go to
so-
your yoga instruction because that's what's happening. So you've picked up a master's and you are teaching.
Yes.
And then you're also learning to be a yoga instructor.
Yep.
Where did that interest stem from?
I was an athlete my whole life. I went to college to play basketball.
Oh, you
and-
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I quit basketball my freshman year very quickly and
Okay.
like discovered that trifecta of beer, pizza, pot, and gained a lot of weight, was really unhealthy. And by time
Hey, don't knock that, man.
by time I got to the end of graduate school, I was very obese and really struggling and very medicated and that sort of thing. And my sister brought me to a yoga class and encouraged me. And I got there and it was like this is something I can do. I don't feel judged.
Yeah.
I feel safe and held, and kept showing up. And so it's been one of the biggest through lines in my life.
Yeah.
And was really the lens through which I approached the ethos of the restaurant in terms of my work with it, which
Yeah.
I think was really valuable.
What would you say if you had to stereotype people that are drawn to yoga? I've attended some yoga classes. I've probably done 20 in the last 26 years I've lived here.
Okay.
And there's a vibe. There's like there's a total vibe. And I'm curious what the connective tissue is. It sounds like it answered a whole host of things.
It did.
Like holistically changed your life, not just, oh, I want to get in shape or would it be fair to say people that are drawn to it are looking for some kind of holistic experience?
I think it's been really appropriated and watered down in our culture. It came through California in like aerobics workout culture in the 1970s. And
Yeah.
so it started to really become this thing that's like hot power exercise.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Bikram.
the
Yeah.
physical practice is just 1/8 of what it means to practice the 8-limbed path of yoga.
Oh.
So it is a philosophical way of living, not
Yeah.
just posture practice. And
Okay.
that's been grossly misinterpreted.
What is it grounded in? Like what ancient text, or is it an offshoot of some other religion?
Well, it's not a religious practice as much as a philosophical practice. So the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali is kind of the text. It's the threads of all of the strings of what it means to practice. And it's yoga chitta vritti nirodha, means yoga is the quieting of all the changing states of the mind. So the work of yoga is to quell the thinking mind.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not to be able to like do some crazy arm balance in a
Right.
matching set on Instagram.
Right. If that's an added bonus of it, great.
Sure, yeah. And I don't claim to be any sort of expert, but, just growing in that world and like trying to do my duty as a white woman of privilege who runs a yoga studio to not be appropriating and to be, aware of how I've been brought up on it and the impact it's had on me as a person has been life-changing, but I think is slightly problematic in our society.
Right.
So, but who am I to...
I think in India too, they look at like yoga as like a white person thing too. It's just like
Maybe
it's been
now
it's
they
very
might.
like it's so much bigger in America.
Right.
It's like a cultural, not a cultural phenom. I mean, it's kind of been here for a long time.
It's kind of like pizza. If you're Italian,
True.
literally.
True.
Like, I think Italians look at Americans like, they have more pizza than anyone could imagine in every single shape. Somehow it came from here, but look what they've gone bananas. There's a weird parallel between
I think it's like
pizza.
sushi in America too, right? Like everything spicy,
Yes.
crunchy rolls. I mean, they're delicious, but
yeah.
definitely somebody Japanese person would be like,
Yeah.
nope.
That's not sushi. Yeah.
Yeah. We like the McDonaldized stuff. And
We
by the way, I'm
sure
here for it.
do.
I love a spicy tuna crispy rice.
I love that. Yeah, a little spicy mayo on that.
Okay, so you get married in 2007. Mm-hmm. After 7 years, I guess you've been together, 2001.
Yep.
Or somewhere
right.
in there. And then you start the first restaurant, which is just Emily, in 2012.
Oh, 2014.
Yeah, 2012 was different. Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
2014.
We just celebrated 12 years operationally.
Okay, so you knew you wanted to make pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew you wanted to do what? What were you wanting to accomplish with a restaurant?
I wasn't. I
I
feel
dragged
like
her into it.
Oh, you didn't drag me. I very much got pulled into that space. I had resigned. I withdrew from the graduate program I was in studying to become a school building leader in New York City, and I had resigned from my job as a public school teacher. Was not
Is that
happy.
Sarah Lawrence? Where was that?
That was at
That's Sarah
Bank
Lawrence.
Street.
Oh, Bank Street.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so I was teaching yoga like 2 classes a week, making no money. That seemed like a place of possibility, but also like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And he was working as a line cook, making no money. And so again, the time felt like, if we're going to do it, let's jump in and try this.
Can I ask, where the fuck did you get the capital? It sounds like you were barely paying your rent. How did you get the capital to start something?
I mean, Matt's dad died and he inherited a little bit of money, and
Okay.
that wound up
And
being
grandma too. My
what-
grandmother died.
yeah.
And it was like $100,000 or something. So like we just
Okay.
had we had to like really like keep it on the like cheap to open it.
Yeah, this is also very risky. If I'm dead broke and I inherit $100,000, I don't know that I'm immediately going to gamble it on
We did.
opening
It
a
wasn't
business.
immediate. I think it was like
his
3
mom's
years.
basement was the
I think it was
plan
like-
if we
I think
failed.
my grandmother,
Right.
yeah, grandma died and it was like 3 years later. I think we did. It wasn't like,
Okay.
oh wait, you got money, let's open a restaurant.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a terrible way.
But it is, I mean, it takes risk.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, that's,
yeah.
you have
Yeah,
to
we
have
dumped
some
like
element
everything
of
into it.
risk.
We're like,
Yeah.
we got to go all in, and we did. And then like it worked out.
We were so broke though. We couldn't even put tap lines in. Like,
That's right.
yeah, we in the beginning because we had no money.
We did the Kickstarter for the pizza oven.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
wow.
our beautiful pizza ovens.
And when you guys were
crowdfunded.
sitting down dreaming it up, were you drawing pictures? How were you thinking of what it would look like? And what were you thinking was going to be your guys' novel offering into a very, very crowded restaurant space in New York?
Well, we were super impulsive. We had gone for a walk to go eat at a restaurant in Clinton Hill that Matt had been told about by Dale Talday, who was a buddy
That's
of ours.
right, yeah.
And we get to the restaurant and it was shuttered. And we were like, that's
said
where we're
Felice on it,
putting,
right? Yeah, it said
that's
Felice
where
on the
we're
sign.
putting our restaurant. And we had never really been in that neighborhood and hadn't been living in Brooklyn that long. We had no business just doing this the way we did.
Just wandering around Clinton.
But we went and found a coffee shop and we drafted on a sheet of paper in my journal, like how much might it cost to get in here. I think we called my dad to come look at the space that night with us or the next day
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, exactly.
Like hustled to get in there. And that was like it.
Okay, so almost location before overarching game plan of what it's
Yeah.
going to be.
But we knew we wanted to do pizza.
You want to do
that-
pizza.
That was,
Oh, yeah.
that was
and,
for sure. Yeah.
And what was going to be unique about your pizza?
Well, I love, like I said, I love Neapolitan pizza. But I think my favorite pizza style is New Haven, which has like a very charred crust on it.
Okay.
It's like a little bit more of like a drier, because Neapolitan pizza is wet in the middle. That's why you eat it with a knife and fork. So I wanted to have more of like a dry pizza of Neapolitan, but
Doesn't like a soupy middle.
no sweet middle and no big puffy crust. So we push our crust down and go toppings to the edge because people want more toppings than
Yeah.
crust. Like
You
that's
hate
the
those
reality.
bubbles. You fucking
I don't hate them.
those. You hate them.
I just don't want to serve them.
Okay, you just don't want to serve them. Okay.
You're
But
fine to eat them?
I'll eat them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tried to base, it's obviously not New Haven style, but I tried to base how they cook their pizza on how we kind of cook our pizza.
Is the original pizza that you guys started with what I have eaten there? Was it rectangle and what we might call Detroit stylish?
No, so we have a big wood burning oven at the original location. So
Okay.
it's round wood fired
Yeah.
pizza.
And then
Okay.
the Emmy Squared is the Detroit
Yeah.
style one.
So what's the timeline from you? Dad comes, he looks at it, he must be thinking this is a terrible idea, but
Yep.
they're young and I'm
No,
going
he
to
was
support
very
him.
supportive.
Was he?
Yeah, he was just like,
I don't
He was
remember that.
supportive. I
He
even
was
said
very
that, but I meant he was
supportive,
like,
yeah.
"What are they doing?"
No. He's like, you got to. He was like, you got to do this. You guys, because we were thinking about like buying an apartment or something, and then we were like, let's use that money to open a restaurant. There's
I
something
don't
like, and
remember.
your father was just like, no, you guys are opening this restaurant. You're not
That's
like
nice.
buying an
That's-
apartment or something.
Was your dad worried that you had so many interests at this point?
I mean, he was not thrilled, as my parents were both educators. They were not happy I resigned from my career track job at the
Right.
Department of Education
Yeah.
to pursue yoga and then open a pizza restaurant.
Yeah,
but
They believed in the vision, right? They were both.
that's true.
Yeah, they
I
were
mean,
both like very supportive. They
He's a
weren't-
very talented chef, and they knew that from the get-go. And so, yeah, I mean, we were doing it, so they got on board. I mean, in the beginning, it was a real affair of our family. Like, my mom was there scrubbing sinks, and
My mom was
everyone.
making some cheesecakes for dessert.
Everyone really jumped in and helped. My sister was one of our first employees, so it was
Just like
a family affair.
Assistant manager, basically.
How
Yeah.
old were you both at this time, I guess?
30. What is that? 24.
I think I was 33. Yeah.
31. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
Okay, so early
32, yeah.
30s.
yeah.
So what was the original menu? It was just pizza, or when did the burger arrive?
It was just
the-
pizza.
No, the original menu was remember
well,
the
no,
sau-
yeah, not the burger.
Not the burger, yeah. So before the burger, we had like 5 pastas, which
Okay.
we used, was it Sfoglini or something? Great Brooklyn-based pasta. And then that was my real passion too, because I always wanted to cook pasta, like have a pasta restaurant
Yeah.
with pizza.
Yeah.
And then the big burger comes around.
So Matt was bored of eating pizza.
Yeah.
And so the burger started as something for him.
Actually, it was the wings first. That's where that sauce came from.
Yeah. We had a
Crispy pig ear salad with like the wing sauce on it. And then, yeah.
we had an employee named Tim Wynn, and he really was the catalyst for the Emmy sauce and was crafting and playing, and then merged the wing sauce with mayo, and
Yeah.
the Emmy sauce emerged.
I made a plate of crispy pig ears with the wing sauce on it, and I drizzled the Kewpie mayo on top.
Yeah.
And then when they mixed together at the bottom, like that became the Emmy sauce. And
Wow.
because that sauce was so much better, then we started making it for the family meal.
How long into this experiment does that happen?
That's probably like a year and a half.
That far? I thought it was like 6-7 months in.
No, I think it was.
It's all such a blur.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I looked
I'm
at that
sure.
New York Times article, not Times, New York Magazine article, and it was like June of 15.
Oh, maybe it was about a year then.
Yeah.
Okay, because we hadn't taken any vacation, and I was gone with my family when that whole infatuation article came out. Yeah. So, I mean, anyway, Matt put the burger, it was for him.
How well was the restaurant doing in that first year?
It was
Was
doing
it kind
well.
of immediately successful?
Yeah, we were making money. I mean, both of us were working there, like full. So we were
16
taking,
hours a day,
So we were
kinda?
taking positions.
25
like,
hours a day.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like, it was rough, and we were purposely closed on Tuesdays, once a week in the first because most restaurants are closed Monday, and we want to go out to dinner. So Tuesday night would be
Yeah.
restaurants are always open on
smart.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I greeted every single guest, and he made every single pizza
Yeah.
that first year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nuts.
Really?
It was
we
a
were
lot.
just, like,
But it was
working
working
pies.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
We went for the first time. You guys would have already been open for
Yes.
probably 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, because it was a live
19
show.
probably, 2019.
Rob, when was our
Bam.
Brooklyn live show?
I'd say around 18 or 19.
Okay.
And it still wasn't a location that would scream this restaurant should be there. And I'm sure the neighborhood's only gotten better in those 4 years since you opened. So to me, it doesn't seem obvious you guys would have picked that spot. There's not a bunch of other great restaurants all around, maybe increasingly so, but certainly not at the beginning, right?
No, not at all.
Good neighborhood places, but just like nothing is like destination.
But that whole
you hit the
strip was like
timing
barber
lottery is
shops
what-
and
yeah, everything turned over.
It sounds like you do all a little bit benefited. Like you hit the timing lottery, and that a lot of people were moving to Brooklyn, and
Yep.
probably
Yeah.
better people going to go out and pay for a nice meal.
Yeah.
But also, you guys were on all the, like, I found you because I was, doing the thing I do when I go to a new city, which is like, what are the best new restaurants or best restaurants? And I think you were on Eater.
Like the 38.
Yes,
best
you were on
restaurant,
the
yeah.
38.
You did best burger specifically,
Maybe
right?
I did
think
best
so because
burger.
you were like, we got to go have the burger. That's what we were.
Yeah. And I had actually I'd been to the West Village one with your kids.
Cool.
Yeah, when Kristen was shooting a movie there. So this was early. This must have been pretty soon
I was
after you
shooting
guys
buddy
opened.
games.
You were
in
shooting
Canada.
buddy games,
Yeah.
and she was shooting Like Father.
Okay, right.
And the kids were really little, and I was there to babysit. I went there to go help, and I must have found there's this good pizza place, and I took them. There's like a picture of me and the little kids
Aw.
at the pizza place, and I was like, the pizza's so good. I could not believe how good it was. And then the burger. Unfortunately, I have not really gone back to the pizza. I want to go back for the pizza.
She drugged me. Because we had a show that night, and I had
Yeah.
shot the night before a live show up till 1 a.m. Took a red eye,
Yeah.
landed, and was like, I'm going to sleep until the show. And she's like, we've got to try this burger. So I was a little what are we going to do here? And then I know you've heard me tell the story, I'm sure, or it's gotten to you. We got there, and at that time, it was $27 for the burger. And I go, this is fucking nuts. This is ridiculous, Monica. $27 burger. And I
course,
took
I'm like, it's
3
$27.
bites, and I look at her, and I go, this is the most underpriced burger I've ever had in my life. I would
Exactly.
spend $55 for this burger and not bet an eyelid.
Also, it was packed when we got there. I was like,
Oh,
oh no,
yeah.
we might not be able to get in.
And we
but I
went
think-
right when it opened at 5 p.m.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, so it's working right away. And what are the stresses? You're commenting on it. You're like, you guys are both working around the clock. You guys, I guess, have Tuesday to not be coworkers. How's that all simmering?
Not well.
Not well. Yeah. It's hard, right?
I think it wasn't not well. It was just we couldn't take that day off and just not worry about the restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. It was just there's always
It's your
labor.
child.
Someone doesn't show up, and then a food delivery doesn't happen, and just that Tuesday we couldn't be let's just go out to dinner and chill and not
Yeah.
worry about the restaurant. But we're always checking our phones. We're always
yeah.
worried about the restaurant.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We are supported by HP. My mental to-do list is already full. Fix something around the house, refill prescriptions, remember to text someone back, keep track of a million little life things. The last thing I want on that list is, don't forget printer ink.
No, it's horrible.
It's the bane of everyone's existence. What if you could just take that off your list for years?
The dream.
That's the idea behind the HP Smart Tank printer from America's most trusted printer brand. Instead of those tiny cartridges that always seem to run out at the worst time, the HP Smart Tank uses a refillable ink tank, and it comes with up to 3 years of ink included. It's built to be simple, the easiest tank printer you'll ever use, with the best print quality, period. It's the last printer you'll ever need. I've definitely been in this situation where something that should take 2 minutes turns into a whole thing. Like I need to print tickets and get out the door, but then I realize I'm out of ink and have to deal with it right then. With the HP Smart Tank, that's just not something you're dealing with all the time. It's one of those things that just works when you need it to. If you want to take one more thing off your mental to-do list, search for HP Smart Tank. We are supported by Allstate. Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. That's smart. Not checking the pockets of your jeans before doing laundry, classic oversight. That mystery clunking in the dryer, yeah, that was your lip balm's final moments. And somehow there's always one random receipt in there to dissolve into confetti. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North America Insurance Co. and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I think people really do underestimate the amount of work it requires to start a restaurant. Would you say?
Yeah,
a lot.
they do.
Yeah.
And when you do it with your partner, and we were very solid. I mean, we'd been together for a long time
12
and
years,
felt solid. We weren't able to compartmentalize and
Yeah.
everything, 3 o'clock in the
hard.
morning, arguing in bed over something.
I feel like actually that did happen until Emmy Squared opened.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think the original restaurant we were a little more.
You were in the probably honeymoon phase of having created something that's working.
And then we opened the second one. That
I mean,
kinda-
ask Ibu. He might.
I love Ibu.
Our dishwasher, is the keeper of all secrets. There's no office because the restaurant
Yeah.
basement is so tiny. So we would get in fights in the little wine room, and poor Ibo would be turning the volume up on his jazz to.
Oh my
He's been there since day one. And
But
it's
I think
amazing.
a big rift was that Matt was in his calling. I have just these memories of looking across the dining room. It was an open kitchen because we wanted it to feel like an extension of our home. We love to host things, and he would be at the oven glowing in what he was supposed to be doing, and I was missing the mark. I'm very good at operations and systems and hospitality, and I was doing well in terms of my performance, but I was really struggling as a human because it wasn't aligned with how I wanted to be spending my time.
That's why I said I dragged you into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was melting down as I didn't have the
He
resilience
was living
skills.
his dream and you weren't living your dream.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
She
pressure.
was so supportive though
Yeah,
of it. It was
yeah.
amazing, right? It's not like she would ever crack and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. It was just
Right.
she was always
Well, I
being
was
like,
good at it. But it
No,
was
I know
also
that.
I was
You're-
Emily of Emily, which was weird as an
Right.
identity thing, too. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
cut you
no,
off, I'm sorry.
no, you're right.
But I would say too, when couples work together, and I've worked with my wife a bunch of times, generally if someone's having a very stressful moment in their job, the other person necessarily isn't having their most stressful moment.
Right.
And then vice versa. And often there becomes a nice rhythm of okay, it's kind of my time to take up some space, and now it's your time to take up some space. When you're in the exact same pursuit, you're both dealing with the exact same stress at the exact same moment. So it's there's no one around who's outside of the bubble that can be the outside objective person going yep, I know, and
Or
it's gonna
provide
work out.
comfort.
Your sister was kind of like that.
She tried.
Yeah, she was pretty
Yeah. But in your partnership, you want your partner to be a source of comfort. And if you guys are both experiencing the same
Stress.
Right.
neither of you can really be, it's different with us, obviously, because we're not in a relationship, but it is we're at the same stress level at the same time always when it comes to the job. And it's
Right.
that causes fights, that causes friction.
Yeah. If we can't fill the schedule, we're both
Stressed out about
dealing
it.
with that. And then something else pops up and it's oh yeah, our baseline is freaked out about 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Or we might have
That's
differences of
challenging.
opinion on how to handle it, and we both care about it so much. Yeah, it's very complicated.
That was a big part of it. I think we operate from very different perspectives in terms of how we manage and came at it in different. We're very different people and are very suited not to be together working or in relationship at this point outside of, friendly relationship now.
Yeah.
And that any kind of fissures that were under the surface that we didn't notice in terms of we grew up together and we
Yeah.
became very different people.
Yeah.
And so that was really amplified by the pressure cooker of
Yes.
that circumstance.
Yeah, I don't even need to ask what the different vibe was. It's very obvious to me. You're very kind of laid back and you're on a spiritual surf mission, a pizza surf mission, and then you're gonna figure everything out and be kind of
Get it done.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We also had different problems at different times, like in the restaurant, where like she's very good at front of house stuff, and like I don't know a lot about that, so she did that thing,
Yeah.
and she'd be frustrated by like employee problems or like liquor deliveries and stuff like that, and then I'd be in the back of the house, and same thing, where it's just like the dough doesn't rise correctly, or hamburger buns didn't come in, so like we would have different stresses,
Yeah.
and try to lean on each other, but like when you have different stresses. And also trying to come together. It's so hard.
Yeah, you're not terribly sympathetic to the other person's
Yeah,
issue.
it's just like, you don't
Right.
just go down the street and buy one. So what's the big deal? Right?
Yes,
It is a big
yes.
deal. It is like,
Yeah.
it
Was
is a big
there
deal.
ego stuff happening? Like,
Sharing the
sharing the
as they start
credit?
getting, if you start getting written about and accolades
Yeah.
are coming, is that
I
challenging?
love Emily taking care of all that, right? So
all that stuff.
she was good at it. So she is good at it. She's
Yeah.
good at the publicity. She's good at like doing the interviews, like setting that stuff up. And she comes in, she's like, don't forget to smile. Like, like
Yeah.
things like that.
Don't speak too quickly in
Don't
the
speak too
podcast
quickly.
today.
Yeah.
But did you, Emily, were you like, I'm not really getting the credit. I'm doing a ton of the work. I'm making sure this thing runs.
But the chef is going to get all the...
I feel like maybe it was the opposite. And I mean, I don't know, like Matt named it after me, which wasn't expected. We really couldn't land on a name. And so then suddenly he names it Emily. And then it becomes this personality that I'm wearing, which was very strange in terms of like my identity at that time. And yoga and poetry were stripped away because there was no time for anything else. And so I was very much that. And because I was forward facing, I do feel like maybe there was some unconscious under the surface friction where like you were doing all of this, but I was the person with like the camera on me.
Yeah, but like I would, it'd be like
Even though you
written.
didn't want that.
Yeah, like if
that,
I
though.
created the burger and then Emily's doing an interview about how great the burger is and just won all these awards, I might be like, yeah, but also I created
No,
Right.
because she's better, like she's a hype person then, right? It's like,
Yeah.
why would I try to force my way into do something that she's better at doing?
Yeah.
She's not going to come and cook the burger.
I mean, that's extremely healthy
It is.
point of view.
Yeah.
But I under stress and everything else, that would be hard for me to
same.
always
I'm
manage.
okay with her like being Emily and being front facing, and then like I make the food in the back, and that's how that's like the mom and pop shop, right?
But it got very complicated. So we opened the West Village. We literally like signed on with our growth partners, opened the West Village.
Did they
and
approach you or did you go seeking
They
for
approached us with all the acclaim and everything.
Yeah.
And then that same month is when our marriage fell apart. And so then the brand is Pizza Loves Emily. It's built on our love story. And that felt very challenging. And I think that's when personalities, egos, whatever you want to call it, there was
hurt and all these
Yeah.
things.
I thought more people would care that like we got divorced in the sense of publicity, right? But like nobody cared.
I don't
It's like-
think a lot of people know.
I was gonna say. I doubt
Okay,
they
maybe
know.
that's the point.
So
Maybe nobody knows.
Before we get there, when we go to the village, we name it Emmy Squared. Right?
it's still Pizza Loves Emily.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was like a mishmash.
Well, Williamsburg came first. No?
Williamsburg did. That was the flagship Emmy Squared.
Pizza Loves Emily was Williamsburg.
No, there's
No, it was
Clinton
West
Hill.
Village. Oh,
So we have Emily Original in
That's
Clinton
in Clinton Hill.
Emmy Squared opens in Williamsburg in 2016.
Oh.
And then we open the Pizza Loves Emily kind of combo.
West Village.
In
Yeah.
West Village.
Okay, so what is Emmy Squared? How's it going to differ from Emily?
So Matt wanted to do a second concept, wanted to grow the brand.
I went to like a square slice place right next door to the original one.
He used to make a lot of like focaccia, like sheet pan pies for us at home, which was delicious, and loves a frico crust, right? And so found this backdoor entry into what the amazingness of Detroit style pizza is.
We ordered a bunch of frozen from
Buddies,
Buddies.
yeah.
Buddies in the
Oh,
original place in
I
Detroit.
grew up eating at Buddy's.
So my nickname, he called me Emmy, and so is Emmy Square
Second one,
Pizza,
yeah.
second
Emmy Squared.
location,
Yeah.
Emmy Squared.
Yeah.
And that also took off and has a great burger on that menu.
Yeah.
And
The Big Mac is a different burger.
yeah.
That's you created the Le Big Mac or whatever.
Yeah.
For Emmy Squared.
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's the part I really relate to, which is like I have my own identity and then my wife has her own identity. And then we have a shared identity, which is us doing commercials together. And I know I read an interview where you were talking about that fear of like, oh, we have this other thing. We have this combined identity, which is these restaurants. And they're famous, these restaurants, and they're getting written about. You're winning lots of awards and stuff. And yeah, that's an interesting third person in a relationship that I mean, every couple has a shared identity at a dinner party, but I think when you have a very public-facing shared identity, it's quite complicated. Would you agree? You can feel like you're servicing this third thing and not the original thing.
Yeah, I think a struggle for me with that was it felt performative, and that's not how I operated in terms of the founding of the original. And Matt would always say, you know, it's a business. It's not emotional. It's a business. It's not personal.
Well, I think the original one's personal and emotional.
Well, so and in terms of that third member of the relationship, that was our custody battle during the divorce. Was the reason we still co-own and operate Emily's, because neither of us could. That was the
part of it.
We didn't want to give it up.
That was the child. You were going to have shared custody no matter what.
Yeah. So it really complicated things. And then our cookbook, the copy for the cookbook was due that summer that our marriage fell apart. So I'm writing our love story
Emily, the cookbook.
Yeah.
Wow.
We met
which is
over
about your love
pepperoni and
story.
olive pizza sitting on the floor of the dorm. So it was all just very weird.
Yeah, did you feel fraudulent and...
Yeah.
Yeah. And were you starting to wonder, like, oh, if I let that whole identity go, who am I?
Yes.
Yes.
And I took a leave of absence from the business because I couldn't function.
Because of that tension.
In terms of all of it. Yeah. I left and never really came back in the same way, because then pandemic came and everything changed.
Yeah.
And I mean, it all worked out for the better, but that had a huge impact on my role as an operator of the business.
And Matt, how were you dealing with the death of this third identity?
You know, I sort of mentally left also. Like I was still kind of going through the the process of it, you know, and I think restaurants are they can be like a beautiful stage, like a staged area and things like that. So I would try to separate like personal feelings from the restaurant, just being like, okay, we're going on, and it's more of just like, let's do this performative thing.
Yeah.
And then like, be done, and then whatever. But I'd mentally basically checked out.
Not that you were in an abusive relationship, but it does remind me of like Cher was hating living with Sonny. And then they would go do the show, and she actually loved the show because they could be their old selves there. It was like this weird little sanctuary from all their problems.
It was always weird when Emily wasn't at the restaurant, because it's just like, I don't trust anyone but her to be in front and do that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because even though like we had our differences like in marriage, always the restaurant we were like, there's never like an argument about it really. It was just like, this is what we're doing, and we knew it. And like we always had like each other's back when it came to the restaurant. So when she wasn't there, it's just sort of like, I just felt alone there, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no, my partner is not here to guarantee it's going to go well, because that's what she does.
Yeah.
That's nice to know. I appreciate hearing that. Thank you.
It's true.
I say to my wife all the time when we work together, I literally can't help but say, like, oh, you're my favorite person to work with. You're so good. Always. Yeah. Immediately. You're easy to work with. Like, yeah, if we got divorced, I'd still love working with her. She's still the easiest person for me to work with. She's just such a professional. Yeah. And we have such a communication working together.
And she's always got your back too, right? You have to worry about that.
Yeah. It's very fascinating how you can have these compartmentalized relationships within a relationship.
Yeah.
And all of it's happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's no breathing room.
Were the fissures, so they were not about the restaurant? I mean, obviously everything's all tied in, everything's muddy, and it's a soup, but like, were the breaking points not connected to the restaurant?
I think they were connected to the restaurant. It was so enmeshed. I mean, our life was just that, and we were angry at each other. And I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like it's fair to say we were angry at each other and just not on the same page, and our interests were divergent.
You guys did this amazing thing in the New York Magazine, maybe I read, Unhitched or something.
New York Times, when my first book came out.
Yeah, you were saying, I mean, look, you guys met in college as sophomores, and you're now into yoga, and you're on a path, and you're a chef, dude. That's what you live for and want to pursue, and they're not getting closer together, these interests. They're getting further apart.
Yeah.
And neither of you want to do each other's thing, per se, in the off time. And that's getting older.
Yeah.
You just kind of grow up, and you know, like our friendship took a hit, obviously, because we're getting divorced.
Yeah.
But like after that, we come back together, and like we're still like fans of each other being in like the original restaurant. You know, it's like we still have each other's back when it comes to the original.
That took years, though. I mean,
but you know, on the other side,
yeah,
we both grown up into like adults with separate interests. but like, we can still have like relatable things like, the
Yeah.
restaurant and just life in general.
I mean, we've had some of our first healing conversations about our relationship just this past year.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah,
ask
sure.
how long this, because you guys are very like, it looks from the outside that you're like very comfortable with one another and still good friends, and
You're
we
both
talked.
remarried.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
People
yeah.
we're much more suited to be with.
Yeah, yeah.
His
Yeah.
wife is lovely. My husband is amazing.
Yeah.
But like that, some people never get there, right? After a divorce, where they can say that. They can say his wife is lovely. Like, and that doesn't happen all the time. So you guys obviously took some care.
Thank God she's here to referee while we've been in LA together. Thank God for Simone this week is all I'm going to say. Otherwise, there would have been tears for sure.
We had a lot of fun, right? Went to like, lunch and
I mean, I had his number blocked up until I guess we sold Emmy Squared.
really.
There was,
Good to know,
Yeah.
because I don't think, like, I think most people can't relate to like, well, we got divorced and we're just still best friends. Like, that's not normal.
no,
Not
yeah.
definitely.
There was a lot of drama, a lot of
Yeah.
pain. And yeah, it's only recently that, we've both, in our therapeutic work separately. I mean, I think a big part of it was, which we just recently talked about, like we both come from very codependent family of origins. And so at 18 and 20 years old, we just perpetuated those
Yeah.
behaviors.
Yeah.
And now that we can look back and start unwinding some of those narratives,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we can see how we were doing that and how we're different than that now. So this is actually the healthiest I feel like we've ever been, honestly.
Yeah, we had fun this week too.
Yeah. What kind of pains came with growing? I think that seems daunting. Perfecting Emily seems doable, and then two more. So that how was that challenging, and how do you oversight it? You guys must have both cared so much about it having the same quality at all three. What were the kind of the challenges that were popping up?
I think, before you get to the food, I think I didn't want to grow it. I wanted, like, let's get back to our life. Emily is functioning. Like, I don't want to do more. And Matt was like, this is our chance to do this. We're doing it.
Right.
And thank God. I mean, we did. It changed our lives, right?
Yeah.
But I think that was a core moment of strife, just in terms of, okay, now I'm helping to scale this thing that's already overwhelming me, that my nervous system can barely handle. I'm like completely a hot mess as a human.
And
yeah.
then you're gonna times
So-
that by 3.
I took a more scientific approach to it, whereas I knew I wanted to cook the square pies in the convection oven, which is like the big oven with the fan in the back of it.
Yeah.
But then like every time you open the oven, like it cools down, right? And then you start with inconsistencies, and then you need timers, and like you have to trust like, who's putting it in and where this. So I was just like, I went to like I think a Jets or something. I don't know. One of those like chain pizza places that has a conveyor belt oven.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you know what? Like
This is
every
it.
time a pizza goes through, it'll be the same. It'll be the
Yeah.
same. Won't lose any heat. It'll be like, I was like, and then just such a complete opposite of wood-fired oven, where it's like so high maintenance and you got your temperature right and your hot spots and your this and that. So it's like, well, I just made the actual cooking process easier, right?
Yeah.
It's like it gets topped and then it goes in and like comes
Because
out
labor
great.
is impossible to monitor when you're scaling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
having even that little control where we could take one person out of the kitchen was like helpful.
Yes.
But then obviously Emily's dealing with the front of house and just a whole new squad of like
Yeah, there's no way to mechanize
servers
that.
and- yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
like thankfully you're a teacher because like I'd like walk upstairs from the kitchen and there'd be like a white
Love my chart paper markers.
chart paper with like
Yeah.
like telling the like basically teaching the staff how we want this done, and being a teacher like really worked out for that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing staff trainings, especially as the Emmy Squared organization grew. I helped open a few of those restaurants and would do that and build the curriculum for that in the early days. And
Yeah.
so that was an enjoyable part of scaling things. But how do you maintain the special texture and dimension of this ethos, this energy, with 30 locations?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yes.
It's the
I before we get to that, where did the crinkle cut French fries come from? As just a
waffle fries?
fan, the waffle fries.
Yeah,
How do
so-
they come about? I mean, they're not as good as burger, but they're pushing up against
So
it.
here's I usually cook and put stuff on the menu that I want to eat.
Yeah.
Right? So the original restaurant has straight fries. Emily West Village has curly fries.
Yeah, that's right.
Or maybe, I don't know if it still does. But then Emmy Squared has waffle.
Now it
cup.
has waffles.
That one has waffle
In
cup
West
fries.
Village. I was just there, yeah.
Oh, it changed to waffles?
Yeah.
Okay. But they used to have curly fries. So I wanted each one of my restaurants to have different fries.
Yeah.
So like, I'd go to that restaurant and be like, these are the fries I want to eat today. Or I'd go to the other one and eat those
Ah.
fries. So it's
Makes
just sort of
sense.
like, just being like,
Yeah.
But when you sit down to design a waffle fry, what does one do?
oh, these comes in frozen.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. We were making our own fries at Clinton Hill.
Yeah.
But then like...
It
and we
wasn't
were,
sustainable.
Well, we served like 10 burgers a night before it got popular.
Yeah.
You know? And then, so it's
Right.
like making your own fries. It's like, it's easy because we're going to have like, sell 10 burgers and like 300 pizzas. So like...
Yeah.
And then when the burger like exploded, it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, if you've ever stood at the counter at In-N-Out and watched them actually make the fries manually, there is someone on that fucking
Yeah, they
smasher
do it.
all day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
That's not a great way to make fries, though. You want to double cook your fries, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
You cook them, then you freeze them, then you cook them again. Is that what happens?
So I did 3 cooks. So I do like a cook in like a baking soda bath, sort of like circulate them in a circulator, and then do a par fry until they got slightly brown.
Okay.
And then we cool them down and like portion them in a little baggie. And then when the order comes in, then it goes in the fryer. So it's three
No
cooks.
wonder. I do feel like I'm going through 6 or 7 layers of the waffle fries. I'm like, crunch, ooh, gooey.
It's a good fry.
So once the 3 were up and running, and again, weirdly, I can't believe I've never been to the Williamsburg one. I'm
It
just
just
learning
closed,
of
actually,
that. Oh, it
unfortunately.
did.
Yeah.
I'm never
It's
gonna.
unfortunate. It's because it was like
man.
it's so beautiful too. We had like this cool bar in the basement.
The
that would
burger
serve-
bar.
The burger bar. So we would
Yeah.
serve burgers in the basement.
Yeah.
There's a bar. There's a bar down there.
Did you
Yeah,
ever
it
go
was-
there?
That part of the neighborhood changed a lot during COVID.
Yeah.
Dang.
Right down by the BQE. It just, yeah.
So those 3, it was you had the original, then you had partners in the second and the third, right? And is it the same partners that then became a part of this 30?
Yep. So we have this restaurant businessman, Howard Greenstone, who found us, and I had strange, random, like family. I
You
grew up.
babysat as kids.
I grew up.
Right?
No, I grew up next door to his brother's family. So like
Yeah,
his
yeah.
nephews
Okay.
and I were, like grew up together.
Weird.
Yeah, so weird.
Yeah.
But there were many people like sniffing around, and it felt like with that connection, Howard was the person. He had the vision to scale it in this way that we didn't have those skills, and
Yeah.
so he really shepherded this journey into what Emmy Squared has become.
Does he call and say, hey, we have one here? Or does he call and say, hey, what do you think about being here?
No, there's like a big research team now. It's like lawyers and like no, real estate agents. So we have like a real estate agent, a lawyer, and they sort of like are in charge of like let's look at this lease. Is it a good lease? Is it like what we're looking
What's
for?
the foot traffic?
Yeah, is it
It's
price?
Assessing
more
the
technical.
neighborhood.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like when we found the original, or we found like Williamsburg or West Village.
Yeah,
it's
just
sort of
like
like we
this
stumbled
feels-
on them and they were cool.
Yeah.
So we took them. But
Well,
like,
it was
they're-
in our heart, and now it's a company, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
well, when we found the locations, we were like, oh, these are exciting locations.
Right.
But now it's
Right.
just sort of a little more like corporate people finding the
Right.
locations.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
will work in this
Yeah,
like,
because especially with
city.
like that many restaurants, it's like it's not about like sort of like your gut feeling anymore. It's
Personal.
like
It needs
they're-
to work.
Yeah, it needs
Yeah.
Well,
to
you have
work.
to
Yeah.
be kind of an expert on the area to understand.
Yeah.
So do you guys like Ray Crockett and drive around and stop at
Yeah.
the different ones to check the quality?
I think we used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't done that since it got like very big.
Yeah, because what do you? At some point, you almost have to
Get out of the
divorce
way.
yourself
Yeah,
you gotta
from
get
all
away,
the
yeah.
personal things. So what happens if you go in and then you're like, I don't like this about this. I don't like this. Like that's too much.
Yeah.
Probably you kind
Yeah,
of have to be like,
micromanaging with
that's-
30 restaurants isn't going to work.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's a dumb analogy, but like, yeah, if we had to go listen to a podcast that was somehow Armchair Expert, but it wasn't us, that would be very bizarre. I
Yeah.
can hardly even
I don't
imagine what that
like that.
experience would be
Yeah.
like.
I was gonna say for me it was a little bit of relief in a way where we have a corporate chef, right? And like he takes care of like the training and like if I want to do something, he'll make it happen, right? Like I was in Nashville a few weeks ago with him, and we just started coming up with some dishes and it was fun and I can be creative and he can be creative, but he can then like send it out
Implement
to
all that.
implement like,
Yeah.
get the ordering for every single restaurant have different ordering people and
Yeah.
so he's good at that.
It is, though, weird. Whenever I'm in the city, I'll go to the West Village and walk by or take my picture there. But to be the person who was picking out things down to the paint color on the walls, which
Yeah.
was mushroom bisque, by the way.
right.
And
I
the
was like,
ceiling,
we have to have mushroom
the
bisque.
ceiling is shaken, not stirred. But fun facts. But to not go in, like nobody in that restaurant would know me as Emily, or if I come in and I'm like, hi, I'm Emily. Well, not I mean, like if I
That's
walk
so
into the front of the
weird.
house there,
Yeah.
they wouldn't know I'm Emily of Emily. You know, I can go see Oz in the basement, sure, but it's different to be removed in that way.
Yeah, does it feel
Very.
sad?
It just feels like a very different time and place in my life.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Emily Original, though, I mean, we have our original, our first hire, Ibu. Shout out to Ibu. He's this amazing, talented Senegalese artist, by the way, who is our dishwasher extraordinaire. But he's been there since day one. Sammy's
the burger
who
guy.
cooked
Whenever you
every
go in
burger
there,
you've ever
big-
eaten, has
big
been
awesome
there.
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of folks that have been with us through the whole thing at the original, but it changes when
Yeah.
a company grows.
So he's the head chef, Sonny, right there?
Sammy.
Sammy, sorry,
Sammy,
Sammy.
yeah.
So
So he
he's been there
started-
for 12 years now?
I think he
13?
started.
11.
I think he started 2015.
About a year
Yeah,
in.
about a year in, and he was
Yeah.
a prep guy.
Okay.
And
Thank
then,
God
like,
for
Worked his
Sammy.
way
And then it doesn't even work its way out. So it's like somebody just didn't show up to work. And I'm like,
Oh.
Sammy, like let's cook these burgers. And then the first day he's up there cooking burgers with me. It's just like he's like, yo, I want to do this all your day. It's like, you got it, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you got it. It's like, let's do this.
nice.
And then it's like thousands of people cooking every single burger,
Wow.
every single. And he'd watch me every single time. And he didn't like touch a burger until like 6 months in, basically, because I just had him there like assisting with like onions and putting the sauce on the burger, and just like we just go through it over and over.
Oh my God, I'm starving.
I want the burger so
Yeah,
bad.
I
Take a
know. I
swig
want
at the
it
end.
so
I
bad.
mean, in retrospect, we should have coordinated so that he could have cooked you burgers. That's what we should have done.
I've gotten
So-
the kit like 4 or 5
Yeah,
times,
the
and it
gold
works
belly.
out very well.
okay.
Yeah,
it does.
yeah,
The
yeah.
gold belly. If you can't get to a restaurant, that will
Yes,
serve you.
and the hack is, and the instructions are perfect. They really walk you through it. But putting the bun on the patty while it's sizzling is primo to get it nice and steamy and
Yeah.
juicy. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so things blew up. You retreated to New Mexico.
Before that, I was just hunkered down in Brooklyn helping open a yoga studio there.
Oh, okay.
Is
It's
it
before New
we're talking
Mexico.
about pandemic or after?
No, just when
This
things
2018.
blew up
That's right.
between us.
Oh, okay.
In the article, there was a big fight in front of Emily.
Yes.
And that was time to regroup
I
after
spent
that.
the night in Central Booking in downtown Brooklyn.
Because you were arrested for hitting Matt
What?
with a bag. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wait,
with a
wait,
book
wait,
bag.
wait.
I was
We're
charged
gonna
with-
have to talk about
I
this.
was charged with assault with a weapon.
For
A
hitting
canvas bag.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Two
what
cops
was in there?
were walking-
Burgers and
Books.
fries?
No,
Oh,
yeah,
Books.
and
Yeah, it
student
wasn't-
essays
wasn't
from
pleasant.
teaching at CUNY. I had just a bunch of college
Wow.
essays to grade.
So you took your aggression out.
Yeah,
With your book bag.
I lost it on him in a way I've never been so disembodied.
Yeah.
And I found out something about someone he was dating, and it activated me. And yeah, and 2 officers were walking by,
It
and
was so random. Like they popped out of the 2 cops like popped out of the subway exactly when it happened.
as opposed to do their basic duty and de-escalate what was clearly a marital dispute and solve the problem, they wound up handcuffing me and arresting me, and I was taken downtown right at like 5 o'clock. So then I wound up staying overnight.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh God, it was horrible. My mom had chemo the next morning, so my dad and my mom and my sister and her brand new husband, who was like, "What the fuck is going on in this
Yeah.
family?" were like walking around in downtown Brooklyn trying to get enough money out of the ATMs to like stuff it in my sister's pocket so that tomorrow she could come out and
Make bail.
Yeah, make bail. And that was the
Wow.
lowest moment of my life.
I was going to say, what kind of emotional clarity came from sitting in the jail?
The beauty of that was that moment changed my life because there was also a restraining order put on me to be around him.
Yeah.
All of this was dropped and sealed and dismissed, whatever. But because of that, I was very much like pining and desperately wanting to keep the restaurant alive and begging and pleading. And Matt was just like firm line in the sand, like this is over, I'm moving on, which thank God he held that boundary because
Yeah.
as much as I beat up against it, he wasn't, and that was good.
Yeah.
But the restraining order was a next level of like boundary or else you're gonna be in trouble. And
Right.
I actually met my forever husband, Jeff. So I spent the night in Central Booking on Thursday, and then I went on a date with Jeff that Monday night. And my friend at the yoga, my friend at the yoga studio, she was like, maybe, like I was very erratic that weekend. I feel like I went on a bunch of dates,
course.
and she was like, maybe you shouldn't be going on dates right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going on this date with this guy. I'm going. And then I wound up telling him everything, and he thought it was hysterical. And anyway, now, yeah, he's my husband. But that boundary of the restraining order that this was done, I cannot go over there.
Yeah.
I saw this beautiful, the Rumi quote, the wound is where the light enters, like on the side of this church that next
wow.
morning.
Yeah.
And the light just entered from like the depths of the wound.
Yeah. The universe is weird.
Yeah.
And you probably needed some weird nudge in the form of a restraining order
Yep.
to go, okay, we have to choose another path.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is a dead end.
And there was the most amusing part about that restraining order. So the cookbook was now at this point about to debut.
Oh my goodness.
And so there was a caveat in the restraining order that I was allowed to be with Matt for the book launch. Yeah. And that was
You
the first
guys-
time.
you guys,
so
what you've gone
the
through.
first time we saw each other from the moment of this thing on the street
The melee.
Green light?
was sitting at Green Light
Green Light,
Bookstore
yeah. Oh my
signing
God.
cookbooks.
And you were pretending. Is my guess.
The love
Right?
cookbook.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing,
It was horrible.
Oh, this is so human. I love it.
Oh, God, it was
This is-
awful.
This is making me feel itchy.
Yeah. In retrospect, like they're like, okay, like they escorted me down to the subway police station. It's Hoyt Skimmerhorn in Brooklyn, and like take your shirt off so we take pictures of you. And I was just like, because I thought
when after I
To
got
document
arrested.
the abuse.
I was all bruised up all over my side here. And they're like, can you take your shirt off? I was like, I don't really want to get in the police station.
I didn't smack you that hard.
Yeah, I was completely
Well,
bruised.
you,
I was completely.
I don't want to say you deserved it because I don't support
the
putting
entirety
hands
of my
on
side
people,
was like-
but
So can you imagine like a cop like in the subway's like, all right, take your shirt off.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
Get your shirt up,
Yeah, you
kid.
probably
Get your
both
shit
were
off
like, what is my life?
I know. I shouldn't have gone there.
Well, the restaurant was doing so well, and then to have your business be doing so well and your personal life be doing so
Yeah.
poorly, that's such a mind fuck. Like it looks like this, but it's so the opposite in
Yep.
real life is really hard.
Or it feels like if you're like me and your modus operandi is that shoe's always going to drop. To me, in some way, it would be confirming
Validation.
and validating my story.
interesting.
Which
Like,
is
I
like,
knew I
I
shouldn't-
knew it's too good to be true. I don't deserve
Yeah.
this. Look what a fucked up mess this is.
Yeah.
Because of course that can't be this is too good for me to have.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
So-
imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah. Like in some weird way, the beatdowns are like, yeah, that's right. That's what it should be because I don't deserve
Yeah.
a spectacular restaurant that everyone loves and are getting
I
awards
know.
for.
But it's tricky because then you can self-sabotage. You
Yes,
can cause it.
yes,
you can like
yes,
cause
yes.
these things,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah. Oh, we're so weird and complicated. I love it.
I know.
My sister was at that point like on the emergency call list to pop in for a service or whatever at the bar.
Yeah.
And so this all happens and our manager is like, fuck, okay, I need to call Emily's sister. And so my sister was at some sort of event and she's getting calls from Meg thinking it's a Saturday or whatever. It's a Thursday night. Meg is calling me to come in and like do a bar shift at the restaurant. I'm not picking up. I'm not picking up. Meg keeps calling her. She's like, why the fuck is Meg calling me? I'm not going to work tonight at the restaurant. And then she finally picks up and it's like, oh, your sister is somewhere in the New York City prison system right now. Yeah.
Wow.
So
I think that's where they held El Chapo too at the same time. So. You're in there at the same time as him.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Now, the second chapter of everyone's life, which is landed beautifully. So you went on the date with the dude on a Thursday after the Monday arrest. But you do go to New Mexico, to Santa Fe, to do some kind of a grieving workshop, yeah?
yeah, I was seeing this amazing acupuncturist and she during the divorce, and she was giving me these homework assignments like go flirt with a barista, like get me into some competency, like things that were low stakes. And then finally she was like, you need to go take a trip by yourself somewhere, like do something.
Yeah.
And so I had no calling, like I Googled writing retreat, New Mexico. I had no reason to type that in, and up pops this writing your story of loss and transformation, which was a grief retreat at this beautiful center called Ghost Ranch, which I highly recommend. I landed there and was like, I've never felt called somewhere like this. And so I want to get here.
Yeah.
And pandemic, just for an array of reasons, expedited that experience. So yeah, we moved there in 2022. And then got married, and my life is like if you look at pictures of me from when I was arrested and when I was at the peak success of my life.
Right.
Like I was, almost 250 pounds, drinking 2 bottles of wine a night, like not a healthy human.
Yeah.
And New Mexico has also been just like this resurgence of me getting to be me as
So
a
you live there now
person.
permanently?
And you're a yoga instructor.
Oh, wow.
I am. I co-own and direct a studio called Yoga Source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, so you got there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I still think the ice cream's more interesting than.
And you published Divorced Business Partners?
Yeah, which I saw is on your shelf. over
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we have it.
So, what year did that come out?
That came out in 2024. There's a great poem in there about my night in jail, just saying.
Okay.
About
Okay.
bodily
Read it.
functions in jail.
Oh,
there you
wow.
We love bodily function.
Yeah, we
It's our specialty.
So yeah, and then my second book is coming out, My Wise Little Ghost there, officially in July.
And that's all poems.
Exciting.
It is, yeah, narrative poems. So that's about processing the abortion I had during our divorce to add more strife to the whole
my
situation.
Lord.
I wound up getting
Let's throw that
pregnant.
in there. Yeah,
a week after everything fell apart. And so processing that experience of grief through the lens of psychedelic therapy, which has been
Oh,
just
cool.
life-changing for me.
Psilocybin or ayahuasca or
Psilocybin predominantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And LSD? No.
No, some MDMA therapy.
Okay, yeah.
I had a preventative double mastectomy 3 years ago, and so I started the psychedelic therapy to help integrate what felt like a very Frankenstein-y torso.
Yeah.
So the MDMA helped with that, and then as I graduated to the psilocybin, this whole experience of healing with who would have been my daughter came through in this book.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So yeah.
Just to wrap up your story, and you kind of said it like, I'm having the greatest success of my life and things are the lowest. I think this is a bizarrely common experience. And to think that you're happiest now, was this a peak happiness?
I think so.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
And then so Matt, how did you meet your wife? You ended up absconding to Austin, which is my favorite city.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we got a good barbecue truck there. So.
Oh, I'm going at the end of the month. Where is this barbecue truck?
It's a little far, it's like 15 minutes north of the river.
Oh,
So
let
it's on
him
the north
feed you
side.
barbecue.
By the campus?
No, it's above the campus.
Above the campus.
Yeah.
Oh, probably by what's your hotel you like?
Oh, Commodore Perry? Is
Yeah,
it
it's
by the-
beautiful.
I
Oh my
love
God, the
Commodore
food is so
Perry.
good there.
Is it
so-
anywhere near there?
No,
Okay.
it's a little. It's near like where like all the big tech campuses are. Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She gets arrested. She has a restraining order. She goes on her journey. What do you do after that arrest? How do you start to rebuild?
So our business partner Howard sort of, I would say he just got kind of created a restaurant out of nowhere for me to like do something like to distract me and
To escape to.
To escape to, yeah. We got a Michelin award for that, like a Bib Gourmand, which was really great.
What kind of restaurant was that?
We did grilled pizza, just like Al Forno in Providence, which was our favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
So we did grilled pizza, and then like it just couldn't survive through pandemic.
Yeah.
And like there were like all the people took advantage of the protests to like riot, right? So like that was unfortunate because the protests were happening and we were supportive, but then we got broken into and our liquor was stolen. So like people were like abusing the protest.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, I can't, like, fuck it. It's like everything's like trashed.
Really quick, when you win a Michelin star, is there something? Do you
It was
get
a star. It's right below the star. It's the Bib Gourmand. So
Okay,
it's
it-
almost a star.
Do they present you with a plaque?
Yeah, it's
a
in my
plaque.
it's in my kitchen.
Okay, so the plaque is
So
in your
yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that got a Times review too, Violet, right?
Yeah, we got Times review. Pete Wells is from Rhode Island, and we kind of did some Rhode Island stuff. So he was like, after like a month, he reviewed it like quickly. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we caught him there twice.
That's right.
Yeah, and then Dale Talde.
Really quick, because these reviewers come unannounced, obviously, right?
Yeah, but like everyone knows what he like. You're just like, okay.
And what happens when they arrive? Everyone shits their pants?
Yeah,
or-
everyone's just like, like he's here, and then it's like. So then, like Dale was more experienced with like dealing with the reviewers, so he's just like, we make 2 of every dish, right?
Got
and then we
it.
taste each one, and then one goes out to him, and the other one just it doesn't matter.
Goes in the
Whatever.
trash.
Well, yeah, it
goes to the-
by a dishwasher or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was very good with that, and like very common. So it's just like, oh, that's great.
Scary.
Yeah. Also, how do you take a bite out of each dish without fucking up the dish?
Well, it depends on the dish, right? It wasn't like we bit a burger.
Yeah.
Or pizza. It
They're
sounds like
probably
one
the
piece.
sauce, all the like
Yeah,
ingredients.
like he ordered a few pastas, so we just like that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like I had met Simone maybe a few months before that opened
In New York?
In New York, yeah, she had a restaurant nearby called Little Tong, or she had a few of them.
Okay.
And I'd been to them, but like I never knew her, and then I became friends with her publicist, and then we started going, and then like I kind of started dating through that way.
Do chefs like share a common bond?
Definitely, yeah. Like we like to complain to each other about like labor and like people not showing up and and like things that have gone wrong. So like there's a camaraderie there of chefs. There aren't a lot of like comparative. There aren't a lot of female chefs compared to male chefs in New York. So like. When I met Simone, I was like, "Oh, cool! It's like a female chef."
Yeah.
There aren't
That's
that many.
hot.
So that was like in May of 2019, and then we started like really dating in like October, and then she got pregnant like 3 months later.
Oh, wow.
She was pregnant all during pandemic, and our son was born in like August of 2020, which was so bizarre.
That's a tough,
yeah.
To bring a baby in at that time feels like,
Like we didn't know if like groceries would be infected, right? Like there was a time it's just like we wiped down groceries.
Exactly.
We didn't know what, like nobody
Or
knew
being
what
in
to
a
do.
hospital to
and also
have
that.
birth.
Yeah. Also, New York was uniquely visible and hard.
Yeah.
I think compared to other places.
Luckily, the hospital we're in, it like delayed opening because of pandemic, so we were like one of the first people ever.
Oh,
really?
nice.
The hospital was cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
Fresh
nice.
sheets.
Yeah, like snip a ribbon at the door. So like be the first like baby on there kind of thing. Yeah, it was fun.
Wow.
I was at a hospital in New York also during the pandemic, right before the pandemic
That's terrifying.
hit.
Yeah.
Like a week or two before.
Oh, wow.
With your seizure.
With my seizure. And guess what? After the seizure, we went to, Kristen and I went to Emily.
Oh,
Wait, so that's right, because I remember you sat at the chef's table.
Yes.
Yeah, and then everything closed down right after that.
Exactly.
It was like March, like third week in March, I think.
Oh,
You had the
Yeah.
first baby, she had the last burger.
yeah.
Exactly.
I had my birthday party, and then like 2 days later, it was like March 12th. Maybe it was like
So
that's it.
wild.
Everything's
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah.
So how do you end up in Austin?
We were living in Clinton Hill, like right down from the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I was born in New York, and then I lived in Connecticut for a few years, and then like the next 20 years, I'm in New York again, right?
Yeah.
So I never lived anywhere like other than like the city. So
Yeah.
I was like, I wanna leave. It was just kind of like I think a lot of people during pandemic were just like, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Let's
Right.
change it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, like a lot of the New Yorkers went to Miami, and the
Yeah.
Californians went to Austin.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go to Miami. I was like, all right, let's go to Austin then.
Yeah.
Go where the Californians go. It's a city that I've always loved.
Great food,
It's the
outrageously
Great
good food.
like laid
Good
back.
energy.
It's easy to get around. Everything's no more than 20 minutes away from everything else. So it's like a big
Yeah.
town that's just
Yeah.
really friendly and cool.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a great
And then
city.
how quickly do you decide, let's open a restaurant here?
Yeah, so Simone got pregnant again. We had our daughter.
You say it like you don't know how this happens.
I don't know.
Yeah. Both times. Like
Somehow she got pregnant.
Yeah.
It's mystery. So then, we really looking for spaces for maybe a year, and then we stumbled upon this one that had a smoker in it. So we did some Chinese food with some smoked stuff, and then we opened the barbecue place. We met our pitmaster. His name is Jonathan Lagos from Terry Black's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was like one of the pit guys from there, and he's just.
Amazing.
He's like our Austin Sammy.
Oh,
he's like
okay.
this big gentle man.
Do you ever go to Loro?
Yeah, I love Laura.
I love Loro.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, how are you and your Chinese wife fusing your backgrounds into one restaurant? Is it a hybrid?
The Chinese restaurant we closed it, but the Chinese restaurant was sort of like a hybrid. I like cooking more like Southeast Asian food, like Singaporean stuff, and she likes
Okay.
cooking more like Chinese and like French style. So we kind of just had some hybrid dishes there.
But you were smoking meat too, so
Yeah,
it's
so
got
our
an
pit guy was
Austin
also
flair.
smoking meat, and like we had a little truck in the patio, so you could get your barbecue there if you want, or come in for some Chinese food.
Yeah.
And then the sides for all the barbecue, we'd made like homemade Chinese noodles with like queso on it,
Oh,
and like
oh,
don don, and like
fun.
so we
There's
did like a lot
fusion.
of like instead of like coming with that gross white bread, Algal Barbecue does like we had like flaky rotis and like
Oh, yeah.
and just like better tasting things.
Yeah.
Does some part of you still want to create another thing?
I think going back to Emmy Squared should be fun now because I can focus on that and just reinvent the menu again, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just our partner, Howard, just like, if you were to rewrite this menu for 2026, not for 2016, like what's the dishes?
Yeah.
And obviously being like a different chef now and just more mature, it's just like, lighter vegetable. Like like when I left, everything just turned to like carbs in the appetizer. It's like
Right.
it's just too heavy.
It's the right time for him to be back there, it feels
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in the arc of this whole story, like he's landed back there at
Yeah.
the time and place it needs him, and he's
Yeah.
ready to help it come into
Yeah.
the next wave of being.
I'm excited to open
Yeah.
a chocolate store with Simone eventually,
Yeah.
but that'll be like more her project.
Who's on the food truck? Are you on the food truck ever?
Not usually. Like I'll go up and
Yeah.
visit like every week or something.
You designed that menu and taught him how to make everything, and then
No. I mean, our
No.
pit guy taught. He's the man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jonathan's
Okay.
our
Okay.
like barbecue savant, and
Okay.
like Simone and I just kind of came with the sides basically.
Okay.
And then they started doing a burger.
Yeah.
There's a really good burger place in Atlanta called NFA, and like this guy's name is Billy Kramer.
Have you
Do you know
been?
NFA Burger?
She's
in
from
Dun-
Atlanta.
I'm from Atlanta. And
It's
I
in
don't
Dunwoody.
even
It's in
know.
Dunwoody.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go.
And it started in a gas station, and then so Billy and I became friends, and then we did a pop up in Austin with him, and then he was like training Jonathan and our other pit guy Trevor how to make a burger, right? And then George Motes comes from Hamburger America, and he starts training them how to do like a burger, right? And then like our friend Cole from Dream Burger in Nashville comes, and
my
then
goodness.
So
he starts
everyone's-
teaching them how to make a burger. So the two of them are like. They have like these three master burger people, right? And they're like, let's make our own based on what we learned, and
Yes.
it's pretty great. I don't make smash burgers. They want to do a smash burger. They like smoked. They put their onions on the smoker, and like they made their own special sauce. So it's like a smoky, oniony
You're gonna
smash
have
burger.
to get that.
Oh,
when you
I
go.
gotta go out there. I have a rental car. I could do it.
Yeah. So I have no notes for them. It's like you guys, do your burger the way you want. I'm not gonna interfere.
My last question is, are you able to have like some pride in what a successful thing it was, even though it ended?
I mean, again, we're sitting here together on this
Yeah,
couch with
it's
you.
impressive.
Yeah.
There was a very long time I didn't think we would ever be here in relationship.
Yeah.
And now it just feels like we're family members who had a falling out and have come back together. And I mean, it feels really beautiful to co-own and operate our baby together.
Yeah.
Every breath gets us to where we are. And so everything that we've done together has informed how we've grown, and the amount of learning and resilience skills I've built through the process of navigating our divorce has allowed me to be the person I've become. And I'm forever grateful to that. And just grateful for, the love that we had in the way that we had it.
Birthed that restaurant. It still
Exactly.
stands.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would imagine it's kind of similar to like when divorced parents are at graduation for their kid.
Yeah.
And they look at
That's a
each
good
other and
way,
are like,
yeah.
fuck, look what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels very on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you guys,
nice.
this was lovely. It's so fun to meet
Yeah.
the
So much
people who
fun to
we've
be here,
we've never talked about a food item in our lives like our obsession with that fucking
The
burger. I
burger.
mean, the whole damn spread is beautiful. The fucking sometimes it's broccoli, sometimes it's cauliflower,
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprout,
Oh,
the Brussels
so
sprout
good.
appetizer.
Yeah.
Good way to trick me into having some veggies.
So good. You guys really made something very special.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Very, very special.
incredibly
You should be proud
special.
of it.
That will
Yeah.
probably outlive all of us. So it's
And wait, we wanted to do something special for Armcharies. If you were game, we thought if anyone gets this far in the episode, we could have like a code word that for like the rest of the month after this episode comes out, they get a free dessert if they say the code word Emily Original.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, we know what the code word
So
would
do,
be.
we do too.
Let's
we
see.
know it too.
What's
Dolphin
the code word?
asparagus.
Yeah.
We got it.
Boom.
It was it was going to be that or reverse back, but dolphin asparagus is
I
better.
thought dolphin asparagus.
A dolphin
when you,
asparagus.
Don't give him the credit. That was wrong. He told us earlier.
Oh, got it.
I did just guess that.
Oh, okay.
Both are incredibly perverse.
Yes,
so either
that's
would
right.
But dolphin asparagus, I love that. So if you're an armchair and you're
Yep.
anywhere near an
Maybe
Emily,
they can order it. I'll have the dolphin asparagus.
Oh, my
Oh, there we go.
God.
Okay.
And it means the burger and a.
And it is our-
means
So
the
we'll
free
say
dessert.
for the 2 weeks after this episode
Okay, that's
airs.
more reasonable. Yeah.
If they say that at Emily Original,
Emily Original.
they'll get
Clinton Hill.
they'll get dessert on the house.
Okay, Clinton Hill, go to Emmy Original, order the dolphin asparagus, and you're going to get a dessert on the house.
I love this.
Yeah,
this.
and if you take a picture under Monica, you get extra credit.
Yeah, yeah.
Queen
we'll
Monica.
type A.
Yeah, that beautiful picture there is in our like right in the waiting area in
It's
the
so
front.
nice. A lot of people will post that they're there and they
Oh
take
wait,
a picture.
it might be can I air a grievance? But I could be wrong.
Sure.
I believe I have to go next door and buy Diet Coke and smuggle it in. Do you guys have Diet
Probably.
Coke?
Probably.
You motherfuckers. What is with
You
these
did smuggle
restaurateurs
it.
who think they shouldn't have Diet Coke? Is it that you're too classy? What's going on?
Of course, we're like
Why wouldn't you-
obnoxious New Yorkers. Like we're
Why wouldn't you have
elitist.
Diet
I don't think New York is a big Diet Coke.
Oh, I think it is.
all Emmy
Finance.
Squareds have Diet Coke because our
Okay.
partner Howard drinks Diet Coke.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, Howard knows what's up.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
But let's get Diet Coke at Emily so I don't have to go next door and
I guess
smuggle it
we
in.
can accommodate that for you. That seems
We got to build the
reasonable.
dolphin asparagus code to get your
That's
Diet Coke.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
That'll be reversed back.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
gonna have to-
Jeez, we have so many codes.
The staff's gonna be like, hold on a second. It's like learning the specials that night.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, what is it? It's Diet Coke. That's what
Diet Coke is a special
It's a special menu.
We're serving Diet Coke tonight.
Oh,
Well,
this was
Emily and Matthew,
lovely.
this was wonderful. Thank you so much for
This is
coming.
so
in.
fun.
Yeah,
Monica.
thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
it's
great.
so fun. Everyone, check out My Wise Little Ghost. Of course, you could still get Emily the cookbook. It's still a great cookbook,
You should
whether or
still
not
get
it was
the
fraudulent in its messaging at the time.
The recipes are still great.
Yeah, the recipes didn't know.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming, you guys. This was great.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah.